So, John, can you give us a bit of an update on who's unavailable for Tuesday's game?
Robbie Corn, and then Corey Camira, of course, Jacob Melling, Ben Garuccio, Ivan Franjic. So still a lot of boys unavailable. Injuries from last season, of course, we know that's going to take time. Corey, Jacob, Benny, James Brown, David Williams, they're all scheduled for later on to come back. Ivan's looking good, but it's too early the game, so he's going to be in full training when we come back next week.
Is he just a fitness thing, or?
Yeah, it's a fitness thing. So he's going to be back in full training next week. Same with Mark Marino. So that's it.
When Corin?
Robbie also. Robbie's going to be also in full training next week. So they're staying behind, and they're going to have a different session here the coming days. And next week, Monday, normally they're all joining in.
And what about Aaron Moy?
Aaron's in. He's fit.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You going to have enough players?
We'll have enough players. Of course, we're not on schedule as we wanted to, but we knew that. Most important thing is that before our first league game, that we have as many as possible back, and that looks good. Looks like we're going to have a almost full squad when season starts.
What's the process of preparing for a game like this, given how early it is in pre-season and the team is a long way away? Have you been able to send anyone up there to have a look at them, Edgeworth?
We had a look, yeah. So we have an idea of how they play, and of course we followed the last results. They won on Friday 2-0, so they're leading. They're, I think, 6 points clear of the second, and there's a good vibe in the club at the moment. Of course, knowing that they're playing in the FFA Cup against us, so it's a game that we have to prepare very seriously, because from experience we know always there's a surprise, and we have to make sure that we're not one of them.
Do you need to fill out the bench with youth team players or some short-term signings, or?
We'll have some players on the bench from the NPL team, yeah, but look, that's what we've been working in the whole pre-season now, so it's not a big change. Everybody knows we're having the boys in, and they're helping us out, and they're doing actually a good job. I'm confident, more than confident, that we are going to put a good team on the pitch tomorrow.
Can you reveal which players, which NPL players?
Well, we'll have Wadey, of course, Wadey Decker. Phil is going to travel up. Luke Prelevic is going to travel up. Stefan Zini is going to travel up. So that's more or less the boys that are going to be involved. And then Joran Sozar, the goalkeeper.
Any trialists at all from outside the club?
No, but they can't play. So.
Sorensen? Thomas Sorensen, obviously rumours linking your club with him. Is that still on the cards?
Well, as we said in numerous occasions, we can't give any comments on that. It's all speculation, and the first thing we do is bring it out when it's really 100%.
Mm-hmm. And search for a striker, how's that continuing?
Same. So we're on progress with that as well, and of course we want to get that done as soon as possible. But that's also the moment when it's there, we'll announce it.
We saw last week one of your former players, or Melbourne Heart City's former players, Marcus Schroen, do really well for Hume in the FFA Cup. I guess you've got your experienced, established players, but a fantastic opportunity for some of those younger players that you mentioned.
Yeah, no, it is. It's great. It's an opportunity for them to show what they already had in the last few weeks on the training and in the game against Manchester City, and that's good, because we get players to see. I forgot to mention Ali. Ali's going to be in with us as well. He's a player of the NPL team. Okay. Those players are all getting an opportunity now in these weeks to show their their qualities, and they've been doing very good. So yeah, tomorrow is another opportunity, and a lot of them will get playing time. So it's good to analyze them in circumstances that is really difficult and important, and see how they deal with the pressure. And that's why it's good that they're already with us for a few weeks. They know the boys. They know the way we want to play, and yeah, actually that's it's good to look forward to.
I thought you meant Ellie Babal.
No.
Got a bit confused.
Ellie and Ali.
Is Aaron Hughes likely to play?
Aaron Hughes, yeah, it's likely to play. We have to just be careful with him as well. He's coming from of course from Europe, and had his pre-season's been a bit different. So we'll see how we'll manage that tomorrow as well.
Who's the captain?
Patrick Kisnorbo is the captain. I had a good chat with Patrick. We'd like to have not only a captain on the pitch, but also as a club. More or less, some teams in Europe have that model as well. So, and we see in Patrick a player that and a person that can be very important for the team, not only on the pitch but off the pitch. So he will have that role this year as well.
Okay. And Zulo's fit?
Michael is fit, but
Yeah.
as with Aaron Hughes, he's coming, of course, from a year not playing a lot, so he also needs a bit of a different approach. So we'll see tomorrow what his involvement is going to be, but we're happy to have him in. He's making a good impression, and just have to make sure that his build up to the start of the season is good.
Have you had a chat with Brian Marwood at this point and assessed the season just gone and set objectives for the season ahead? Has that process all been taken care of, or is it still to come?
Yeah, no. Look, Brian's been here last week. I've been in England during my break. It's very clear that we want to make a next step, and that's what we're going to do for sure. That's what the club's heading for, and we start with this year. So, look, we had a good smell of something nice past season, and we want to continue. And the boys, they know that. The boys that are training every day, and the injured players that are coming back. So, just get the standards higher and higher, and make sure that we're in there this year again.
To give us an insight into how you phrase that kind of objective, do you say we're going out to win the title, or we want to get to the grand final this year, or is it less specific than that, more about performance levels?
It's more about being consistent, trying to get the consistency in. And look, it's very normal that if we talk about making a step, if we've been in the playoffs last year, we want to be in the playoffs. We have to be in the playoffs this year. That's for sure. And then in the playoffs, try to get further as we did now. So. But if you really talk about where can we have the progress, then it's during the regular season in the more consistent performance. We all know that the playoffs is something different again, but I think that's the biggest goal, getting a more consistent season, and the goal, of course, being in the playoffs and then reaching as high as possible.